and he wants you to crumble under that pressure. But as long as you have a true heart of a warrior, as long as you're a real champion, you'll be able to stand up to what Shawn Porter brings out. Kell Brook did it, I did it, and I think Errol Spence will be able to do it too.
Right, because it seems like that's what he's banking on. So if Errol has that dog in him, do you think any other path to victory is there for Shawn?
If when he's trying to make you feel uncomfortable, as long as you still are comfortable, then you take away his strong points. I think Shawn needs to do everything in his power when it comes to utilizing his head movement, keeping his hands up. His defense was lax against Danny Garcia. His defense was lax against Ugas. His defense was on point when he fought me. He's going to need to bring that same respect to Errol Spence, because he took big shots from Danny. He took clean shots from Ugas, and I just don't think he's going to be able to constantly walk in and take those shots and walk out okay.
And you talk.
Errol still throws more punches than Devin Alexander. Errol is still a true welterweight, where Devin Alexander is not. When we watched Porter defeat Devin Alexander, then we watched him defeat Paul Malignaggi. You put a 140-pounder against Shawn Porter, he will get ran over like a bulldozer. He did it to two of them, but he didn't do it to me. He didn't do it to Kell Brook. He didn't run over Danny. I don't think he's running over Errol Spence. But if he's going to surprise Errol, it's going to be on the inside. It's going to be all those punches, and he's going to feel that there's not a lot of power. But if he can mix up boom, 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 boom with a few of those Hail Marys and actually commit to, hurting this guy, because not only would it be one of the biggest upsets of the year if Shawn Porter was to stop Errol Spence, but, you don't leave it up to the judges, and you just prove that, the welterweight division is a dog's house. It's anybody's game.
You talked out.
Which one? Porter, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was a tug and war, but there were times in that fight where I really did let Shawn do what he wanted to do. When I watched that fight, I love that fight because you actually get to see both fighters doing what they want to do in different rounds. And I won the majority of the rounds, thus I won the fight. But the thing about Shawn, if you want to dominate Shawn, like Errol says that he's going to do, if you want to dominate him, you can't let him fight any piece of his fight strategy, because even if you're trading and you're going toe for toe, blow for blow, all that inside work, all that smothering, you don't know the judge's perspective. And, it's easy in that scenario for the rounds to go towards Shawn Porter. I think Danny did a great job against Shawn Porter. What did he lack? Punch output. Spence is not going to lack punch output. He's not lacked punch output against anybody to this date, and I don't expect it to change tomorrow night.
Keith, you almost always, fighters, when they beat or even when they lost to a fighter, they pick that guy to win the fight. But you're not doing that. You seem to be leaning towards Spence. What is it about Spence that has you feeling that way?
I mean, he's undefeated, and at the end of the day, it's hard not to go. There's different things that we use as measuring sticks, right? What's the biggest measuring stick in this fight matchup? Kell Brook. Kell Brook is the measuring stick of this scenario. So when we use Kell Brook as a medium to feel out this fight, you're going to lean towards Errol Spence. Not only did Errol Spence beat Kell Brook, he stopped Kell Brook.
But the Triple G fight in between.
The Triple G fight in between, all that didn't matter. Okay, did it help Kell Brook? Most likely not. But Errol broke his face. Okay, he broke another side of his face. It was a bone that's never been touched. It's a new fracture, new breakage. He got hit upside his head, and it was in the late rounds. Kell Brook dominated the opening rounds. And at the end of the day, he came back strong in the end, like he always does. Errol walks you down. He puts those body shots on you. If you're getting tired in the 8th and you take body shots, you're tired in the 9th and you take body shots, how much do you have in the 10th, 11th, and 12th? Is Errol going to break Shawn down to the body? Is he going to be head hunting? Is it going to be boring like the Mikey Garcia fight? I think not, because I think Shawn will take risks and make this fight exciting, But how exciting is it? How bad do they want it? This is the biggest fight.